Hello and Weaver, Environmental Apprentice at Kier Highways. I've been involved in Girl Guiding a lot of my life, started in Rangers, started in Rainbows and have worked my way up and finished Rangers about 6 months ago. Today I'm going to show you how to make a rain gauge using pretty much a plastic bottle, bit of jelly and a few other just general supplies that most of you will have in the house. So first thing we need to do is, you don't need the lid on your bottle, so you can just stick that on the side. And then we're going to chop the top bit of the bottle off sort of there, and then that can be inverted to put it in as the funnel so that we can catch the water. So need to take the top bit off. It doesn't need to be neat, you just need to pretty much get it off. And then what we'll do with that is that will then go in the top like so that then the water you collect will go into there and then it will drip through into the bottom. So that you can measure it accurately, we're going to need to get a flat bottom across there, because at the moment you won't have a flat base to level it off when you start measuring. So at this point, whatever jelly you've got, follow the instructions on that and make some of that up. My role as an environmental apprentice is really varied. A large part of what I do is centred around environmental alert forms, which is the environmental assessment that we do on all of our roadwork schemes as a way of ensuring that any negative impacts we're likely to have on the environment can be mitigated. So with that I look at things like air and noise pollution that will be caused, what impact the works will have on the landscape and how sensitive they will be to climate change. I'm also involved in managing the hazardous trees on the network, so identifying places where work can be done on the trees so that they are no longer hazardous, and then ensuring that the works are then all evidenced from the contractors. I get a lot of chance to go out on site visits and also to go to the depots to complete environmental inspections there. We do these once a month, well every month we have to do 4 inspections just to ensure that the depots are all environmentally compliant, and also we do sort of health and safety checks there as well. Alongside what I'm doing with work, I'm studying for a level 3 safety, health and environmental technician qualification. This involves 1 morning a month I attend college online, and then sort of 1 day a week is spent doing the work that is set for that topic. So once you've got your jelly made up, we're going to pour it in. Basically you just need to go sort of past the lumpy bit up there, so just so you can get it as a flat base. So just on mine there is a line already there, so I've just gone up to about that, but yeah, just make sure you pass the lumps basically. Okay, so I've just got to put the rest of the jelly in the fridge to set, as might as well eat that later rather than letting that go to waste. Now we've only used a small amount of it. So now we need to put a scale on there so we can measure how much rainwater falls in. So if you've got a tape measure that would probably be easier, but you can also do it with a ruler. You need to try and keep that flat whilst you're doing it, because the jelly will be starting to set at this point and we don't want it set in at an angle. So you've got a permanent marker, and it's going to need to put that on, and I'm going to go up in centimetres. You can go in inches if you want to, and just draw your scale on. You're probably not going to need to go all the way up because you're not likely to get that much rain. Just get some lines. I'm going to go up to there and then just pour them in a bit bigger so that you can see them. And I'll just put numbers. Okay, so then you're just going to need to let that set, and then once it's all ready to go, find somewhere in your garden to put it. So you don't really want it against a wall because that'll stop the amount of rain that's coming in, but you also want it somewhere where it's not that likely to blow over, and then just put your top in. That will then collect the rain, so if you then come same time each day, have a look how much is in it, make a note of that somewhere, and then empty it out and then put it back for the next day. You can then sort of see over the year, sort of seasonally, how much rain you get. You know, do what you want with that information. You could plot a graph or anything like that with it. So yeah, once that's all set, you've then made your own rain gauge. Okay, so I've left this out overnight, and as you can see it's rained and we have collected some water in there. You can see it on top of the jelly. So looking at it, if you keep it flat on the ground, that looks to me like I've got about 2 centimetres of water in there. So I'll make a note of that, and then as I was saying earlier, you can then start plotting a graph day by day. So at this point I will go and empty this out. I'll go and do this inside over the sink, but yeah, just empty your water out and then put it back down, and then make sure that you come back same time each day, so that it's been consistently 24 hours out there. And yep, just keep taking a note of how much water you get. Some days, obviously, when it doesn't rain, there won't be anything, but just make sure you still do just go and check in case there's any leaves got blocked in the top, so you can empty those out. And yep, that's your rain gauge now, all made.